we need to talk about the major financial and health decisions we all face as we get older, the choices that really define our quality of life. But what if I told you that some of the biggest decisions you'll make aren't entirely your own? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the hidden forces that are specifically designed to guide and sometimes misguide those very decisions. The central predatory reality of modern marketing is that the most expensive purchases seniors make are often driven not by rational need or factual evidence, but by the strategic exploitation of age-related anxiety about health and safety. Think about that for a second. It's not just a clever line, it's the absolute core of a multi-billion-dollar industry, an industry that's perfected the art of turning our natural worries into their profits. And that's exactly what we're going to unpack: how the system works, why we're so vulnerable to it, and most importantly, how to build a defense against it. So what is this hidden truth? Well, it's the uncomfortable reality that when we're trying to safeguard our future, our decisions often get hijacked. We think we're being logical, carefully weighing the pros and cons, maybe even making a spreadsheet. But the truth is, a much more primal, powerful force is often at the controls, one that works just beneath the surface of our conscious mind. Yeah, this battle for your wallet, it isn't fought with logic. It's fought with fear, specifically that deep-seated fear of losing our health, our independence, our safety, or our financial security. You see, marketers have become absolute masters at identifying these universal anxieties, magnifying them until they feel like a catastrophe is just around the corner, and then presenting their product as the only solution. Understanding how they do this is the first crucial step toward taking back control. Okay, so let's get into the mechanics here, because this is where it gets really interesting. Why is fear such a powerful and effective sales tool, time and time again? Well, it's not magic, it's just psychology. And this isn't about being weak, it's about how our brains are wired. There are specific, predictable cognitive biases that make us vulnerable, especially when the stakes, our health, our money, feel so incredibly high. Let's break a few of them down. The first, and honestly the most powerful one, is something called loss aversion. Behavioral economists have shown that for our brains, the pain of losing something feels about twice as intense as the joy of gaining something of the same value. So the sting of losing $100 hurts way more than the pleasure you get from finding $100. And marketers weaponize this. They don't sell you on the pleasure of a new medical alert system. No, they sell you on the devastating, amplified pain of what you could lose without it. Your autonomy, your safety, your dignity. The marketing isn't really about the product at all. It's about avoiding a terrible loss. And then you've got the scarcity bias. This is that urgent feeling that you have to act now before it's too late. As we get older, we become more aware of what researchers call a fixed time horizon. We know our time and our health are finite. So marketers exploit this by creating artificial scarcity. You've heard it a million times. This offer ends Friday. Supplies are limited. Protect your health before it gets any worse. This manufactured urgency is designed to completely short-circuit your rational brain, pushing you to buy before you've had a chance to really think. And this all ties into the third big one, the familiarity trap. Just think about the brands you've seen advertised for 20, 30, even 40 years. All that repetition, year after year, it builds this deep, subconscious sense of trust. Our brain just creates a shortcut. Hey, I've seen this company forever. They must be legit. And that allows their fear-based messages to sail right past our critical filters. We let our guard down precisely because the messenger feels familiar and safe, even when the message itself is designed to make us anxious. What's so fascinating here is you can see the internal battle that's going on. On one side, you have your executive function. That's the calm, rational, long-term planner in your brain. And on the other side, you have your fear response, which is all about impulse, emotion, and immediate action. Well, fear-based marketing is engineered to speak directly to that fear response. It wants to create so much emotional urgency that it completely overwhelms your brain's ability to think logically. It's basically a hostile takeover of your decision-making. So knowing all this, how in the world do you fight back? How do you re-engage the logical part of your brain when it's under a calculated emotional attack? Here's the thing. You can't just wish it away or rely on willpower. These tactics are designed to bypass willpower. What you need is a system, a protocol, a predefined set of rules that you follow every single time to create a buffer between that emotional trigger and your wallet. This is your defensive protocol. The very first and most important step is to get this one idea lodged deep in your brain. Maybe even say it out loud. Fear is a sales tactic. That's it. This is a complete reframing. So the next time you feel that knot in your stomach, that spike of anxiety from an ad, your first thought shouldn't be, oh no, is this threat real? It should be, someone is consciously using fear to sell me something. Just recognizing the tactic for what it is, that's the first step to disarming it. And here is the system itself. We call it the Critical Consumption Protocol, or CCP. You can think of it like a mental firewall. It's a simple 3-part strategy, and it's designed to systematically pull emotion out of your big decisions. It's got 3 parts: the 48-hour decision freeze, the verification rule, and the consequence versus fact audit. Let's look at how these 3 simple steps can build a really practical defense. Okay, so understanding the theory is one thing, but it's pretty useless if we don't put it into practice, right? This is all about building new habits, new automatic responses for those high-pressure moments. Let's walk through exactly how to do it, step by step. The single most powerful tool in your entire defensive arsenal is this number, 48. You have to institute a mandatory, non-negotiable 48-hour cooling-off period for any emotionally charged purchase over a certain amount. You decide, say $100, no exceptions. And why 48 hours? Because that's how long it can take for the adrenaline and cortisol from a fear response to actually leave your system. This delay doesn't just give you time to think, it gives your brain chemistry time to get back to normal, which allows your rational mind to finally come back online. And to make this really concrete, use a simple tool, the Fear Buy Log. Just get a simple notebook. When you feel that pressure to buy something, don't just walk away, write it down. What's the product, but more importantly, what specific fear is it triggering? Is it the fear of falling, the fear of running out of money? Then look at their deadline. Is it a real deadline, or did they just make it up? Finally, write down the date and time you will allow yourself to reconsider the purchase 2 days from now. This simple act of writing it down takes that swirling anxiety out of your head and puts it on paper, where you can look at it logically. It formalizes your commitment to that 48-hour freeze. So during your 48-hour freeze, you activate step 2, the verification rule. This means you need to decide right now, in advance, who your trusted external validator is. And this can't just be any friend or neighbor. For health claims, it has to be your doctor. For financial products, it must be a fiduciary financial advisor or a CPA. The rule is simple. You don't make a major purchase based on what a seller tells you until that claim has been verified by your pre-designated objective expert. This basically outsources the fact-checking to someone who has no emotional or financial stake in your decision. And while you're waiting, you perform step 3, the consequence versus fact audit. This is a great little mental exercise. First, just identify the scary story the marketer told you. For example, you could fall and be alone and in pain for hours. That's the fear threat. Second, identify the product's actual function. This product is a button on a necklace that calls a service. And third, you ask the critical question, does the function really solve the threat? Well, the button doesn't prevent the fall, right? It only addresses what happens after the worst has already happened. This audit helps you separate their emotional story from the product's very limited real-world purpose. And finally, as a quick mental checklist you can run through at any time, just ask yourself these 3 simple questions. First, is this purchase truly necessary right now? Or is it more of a nice to have? Second, is the information they're selling me, like a list of safe investments, actually available for free from a reputable source, like a government agency? And third, this is the big one. Why are they telling me this is urgent? What do they gain by rushing my decision? That question right there can often break the spell of scarcity all by itself. Now, I know that putting this protocol into practice might feel a little strange at first, maybe a bit cynical or overly cautious, but I want to reframe that for you. This isn't about becoming a negative or untrusting person. This is about shifting from being reactive to being proactive. It's about cultivating wisdom for the long game and fiercely protecting the resources you've spent a lifetime building. You see, skepticism in this context isn't a personality flaw. It's the final, essential skill for protecting your fixed capital and your autonomy. When you're no longer earning a regular paycheck, your capital is finite, and protecting it isn't just a financial goal. It's the key to maintaining your independence for decades to come. A healthy, structured skepticism isn't pessimism, it's your primary shield. And please, remember this. Adopting this protocol is not another chore on your to-do list. It is a proactive act of empowered self-care. Every single time you enforce that 48-hour rule, every time you call your validator, you are performing an act of kindness and respect for your future self. You're minimizing the chance of regret and maximizing your control over your own life.
All right, as we bring this all to a close, let's just distill everything we've covered down to its essential core. And we'll finish up with a gentle but really powerful challenge that you can act on today.
First, let's just remember that none of this is random. Fear-based marketing is a strategic system. It's specifically designed to find and press on your deepest anxieties about your health and about time. Just knowing that, that's your first layer of defense. Second, remember your most powerful tool, the 48-hour decision freeze. It's not passive waiting, it's an active strategy. It's your mechanism for neutralizing that emotional urgency, and it allows the logical, thoughtful part of your brain to get back in the driver's seat. It gives you the space you need to get objective facts. And finally, understand that by choosing this path of structured, skeptical consumption, you're doing so much more than just saving money. You are protecting your most valuable resources, your capital, your independence, and your peace of mind. You're taking active steps to secure a fear-free retirement, one that's defined by your choices, not by a marketer's agenda. So here it is, your first step, your gentle challenge. Before you do anything else today, just take out a piece of paper or open a note on your phone. Write down my trusted external validators. Under health, write down your doctor's name. Under finance, write the name of your CPA or a fiduciary advisor you trust. Decide right now who these people are. This one small 5-minute action is the first most powerful step in putting this entire protocol into practice. It's the moment you start building your shield. It's the moment you start taking back control.